Hello, America. Welcome to another presentation of Under the Macroscope. Today, I want us to take a closer look at the fact that we are literally killing our children. Our children are dying, many of them by their own hand, because of what we have taught them, as well as what we have failed or neglected to teach them. Proverbs 22:6 tells us to train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 13:24 says, he that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Again, Proverbs 29:15 says, the rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. I sincerely hope that you already see where I'm going with this. I know discipline does not always mean spanking or whipping, but I also know from my own experience as a child and as a parent that sometimes you have to appeal to the southern quarters in order to get the northern quarters' attention. You understand what I'm saying? So just how are we killing our children? The simplest and most accurate response to this question is this: we are not using the word of God to train our children to live like decent human beings and to respect others who are trying to do the same. We're allowing our children to run wild like ravenous dogs with nothing in their hearts but greed, selfishness, hatred, and lust. The prevailing attitude seems to be, I'm going to fill my own belly, even if I have to kill someone else to do so. Pay attention to what's going on around you regarding youth killing youth. This statement is not merely an assumption on my part. Look at what is happening in real time and real life to our children. They are robbing, abusing, using, and killing each other and themselves on a daily basis. There have been a number of people who have, quote, addressed the situation, and I believe with good intentions. But I have yet to hear any of them say that the solution to this problem must begin at home. Yes, some of them have said it's going to take all of us to resolve this issue. But I have not heard them say directly to parents, fathers, and mothers, you must stand up and take care of your responsibilities as real parents. You can't just play the role of baby maker and then casually dump the results of your ignorant lusts in the laps of the community and its already stressed agencies and turn your heads as if this is, quote, someone else's problem. That is insane, to say the least. This stupid, ignorant attitude is killing every aspect of our already dying community and is thereby killing our children. Just follow the trail of blood. This attitude of stupid irresponsibility plays out in every aspect of our lives, regardless of ethnicity or social status. So many of our children, obviously by no fault of their own, are born into situations that are poverty-stricken, and they learn at an early age that they are unwanted. Others are born into more affluent circumstances and learn at an early age that affluence matters more than anyone or anything else, including human decency, integrity, and inadvertent offspring. Think of a child learning at an early age that they are just inadvertent offspring. A former coworker told me of a story several years ago about a young man from a very affluent, influential family. The parents were, quote, very involved socialites who loved to entertain and spent a lot of time and money playing king and queen of their uppity circle. This young man thought that he might get some much needed attention by studying hard and making good grades. So one afternoon, he, with a beaming face, showed his parents his report card, which showed 4 A's in his core subjects. They said, "Oh, that's great," and gave him $100 for each A, and immediately focused their attention on whatever it was they were planning for the next venture. He told my coworker that he went outside unnoticed and started walking down his street. He told her that to this day, his parents don't know that he tore up into very small pieces $400 that they gave him and scattered the pieces along his street. He wanted his parents, not their hush puppy money. Ignorant politicians play to the whims of the rich and sell their souls to the highest bidder. This is done very openly, and our children are beginning to think that this is, quote, normal, and that they must do the same stupid things to survive. The effects of this self-serving ignorance takes its toll on the wealthy, ignorant, and those who do not have the means to fight back. One of the best examples of the horrifying consequences of such mind-consuming habits is the deplorable condition of our schools in most states. There are idiots in state legislatures and on school boards who really do believe that, in their words, anybody can teach. That is a bold-faced lie of the worst sort. Teaching is a divine calling. You don't just wake up one morning and decide that you're going to teach. Called teachers, including many with advanced degrees, are not regarded as professionals when it comes to remuneration and other necessary benefits that are readily heaped upon other professions that are brain dead people consider to be really important to our survival. Really important to our survival. What about the people who spend most of the child's day trying to open their minds and help them to discover their gifts and talents? Go figure. This level of insanity has cost us some of our best called teachers who are struggling to survive in a profession that they love. They were forced to take on second jobs, hoping that they could hold out until the, quote, rule makers found their brains and come to understand just how quality education can lift us, the whole community, above the poverty-stricken situations that our children have to deal with now, as well as the neglect on the part of parents who are, quote, so affluent. It has not happened. As a result, many of these crucial contributors left the profession and are, quote, replaced by, according to records, drug dealers, drug addicts, or both, and pedophiles. Our children are being molested by school personnel and their peers. When they complain to people, that they should be able to trust they are either ignored or frowned upon as, quote, troublemakers. It is quite strange, to say the least, that this situation seems to be all right to our policymakers, and the idiots who continue to vote for them or not vote at all. State legislators and school boards are selected by people who have their own self-serving agendas, regardless of what the real needs might be. Just how many school board members, in particular, have at least 5 years experience as a certified classroom teacher? Yet these people are charged with making policy for an all-important necessity that so many of them know absolutely nothing about. The loss of call teachers has become such a pressing issue that many of these idiots think that the solution is to water down certification requirements. This stupid assertion only opens the door that much wider for the pedophiles, al, to flood our schools, putting our children in even greater danger. It's quite obvious that many parents are willing to sacrifice their children to political nonsense, and they don't care. They don't care. The evidence is before us right now. This is what happens when the insane are in charge of the asylum. By that standard, if you can actually call it a standard, let Bob the plumber do your next colonoscopy, since he knows a little bit about drains and pipes. Just another Mackian observation. Thanks for listening. Follow me on YouTube at MacRay under the Mackroscope. Please subscribe and share, and if you wish, you can make a contribution of your choosing by using the QR code on the screen. You may also write to me at MacRay, P.O. Box 403, Pineville, North Carolina, 28134. See you next time. And remember, under the Mackroscope, we take a closer look.